In this video, we discuss about the sexual reproduction. See, the sexual reproduction which involves the formation of male and female gametes either by the same individual or in different individuals of the opposite sex. See here the zygote. How it is the zygote is formed? After fertilization, zygote is formed. Fertilization, which means the male fusion of male and female gametes and form the zygote. See, this zygote which will produce the new organism. Which will produce the new organism. See here how the zygote is formed. After fertilization, zygote is formed. The zygote which will produce the new organism. See, some plants, say they are having the annual plants. Some are annual plants, some are biennial types are there. See, shows the clear-cut vegetative, reproductive, and senescent phases. They are the vegetative phase, reproductive phase, and senescent phase. Especially the annual plants and biennial plants are showing these three phases. First one is the vegetative phase, second one is the reproductive phase, and third one is the senescent phases. But in perennial species, it is very difficult to clearly define these phases because of their perennials. A few plants exhibit unusual flowering phenomenon. Some of the grasses such as rice, maize, wheat, these are the annual plants. These are the annuals and bamboo species. And this is the perennial plant. Bamboo species is the perennial plant. These are flowers only once in their lifetime. See, the bamboo species which is a flower only one time in their lifetime. Flowers which will produced by the bamboo species in their lifetime only once. And century plant. See here it is the agave americana and bamboo flower at the end of the life. See these two species, that is a century plant agave americana and bamboo plant, they are producing the flowers in their once in their lifetime, and these bamboo flowers after 50 to 100 years, which are producing the flowers after 50 to 100 years, and agave plant also produce the flowers after 10 to 30 years. Then after formation of the fruit and after the fruit formation it will die. And another species is Strobilanthes kunthiana. It's also called as a Neela Kuranji plant. Here these flowers once in 12 years. Neela Kuranji which will produce the flowers every 12 years or once in 12 years. See the events in the sexual reproduction. See here. What is the events here? The fertilization. How the fertilization, which means here the fusion of male and female gametes, and that is called the fertilization. After fertilization, the zygote is formed. Then after this zygote, which will produce the embryo. Genesis means production. Embryogenesis. Here this embryogenesis which will produced from the zygote. Zygote is produced from the fertilization. After fertilization only. See the events. We have to our convenience. We have to distinguish these three phases. That is sexual reproduction is into three phases. That is pre-fertilization and fertilization and post-fertilization events. These three events, for our convenience, we have to three distinct phases. See, first of all we have to discuss that is pre-fertilization event. Pre-fertilization event, the meaning is in their title is the pre means it's the before fertilization event. This is, see, this includes all events of the sexual reproduction prior to the fusion of the gametes, which means the before fertilization, which means this is the Pre-fertilization events, these are maintained. Two main pre-fertilization events are there, which is divided into two main events. That is gametogenesis and gamete transfer. These two events comes under pre-fertilization. Pre-fertilization, which means it's a before fertilization. All events which is before the sexual reproduction, which means they are before the fertilization, which is comes under pre-fertilization events. Pre-fertilization events is in two events. It has two events, that is gametogenesis and gamete transfer. How the gametes are produced here, and how the gametes are transferred from the male organism to the female organ to female organ. We have to discuss in the next class. Thank you.